Hello guys, and welcome back to another Play Ratings. Tottenham 3, Norwich 0. Wasn't the greatest performance that we have done under Conte, but it's important that we got the 3 points, and that's what we did. So we moved up to 5th place now. Was it 2 points above Arsenal, maybe a point above Man United? So things are on the up, things are looking up, and yeah, so it wasn't, second half was probably a bit better than the first half. I did think we got stronger as the game went on, but Norwich did play well. They started the game really well. Started as a better team. Also had the first chance of the game. But luckily they couldn't finish any of the chances they had. So in a way we did get away with some chances. And if Norwich potentially had, better attackers, then the game could have been a different story. But it's all good when you don't play well and you still win. And to come out on top with a 3-0 win, which was my prediction, by the way, you have to say, is it great for the team, great for the manager, and just, great all round for the fans. So starting off with Lloris, I gave Lloris a 7. For the majority of the game, he was okay, maybe not his best performance that season. He did have a few iffy moments in there, which is very unusual for Lloris. He did make a really good save with his feet for that first shot Norwich had with Pukki. That was a really good save. However, there was a few moments where, he was that one moment where he passed the ball out and he kicked it straight to a Norwich player, and if they made something more of that, it potentially could have cost us. So there was a few of those moments in his performance, but majority he didn't really have much to do. I think he made one-ish save from in the first half. Second half, Norwich didn't really have much going. I'd say they probably were the better team in the first half, but second half we definitely came out stronger. But yeah, with Lloris, he didn't really have to do anything. A few moments, but on the whole, it was just a standard display. To Dyer, I gave Dyer an 8. Another great performance from Dyer. He's really stepped up his performances since Conte's come in. He's been a regular starter. His defending has been really good. Nothing's really got past him the last couple of games. Hasn't put a foot wrong, no mistakes. Confident on the ball. Assured in possession at the back, and always looking to pass forwards. This game, he's just, he's been immense, and so ever since Conte's come in, he's definitely upped his levels, upped his game. Davies, who I gave a 9. Now, I never thought I would end up giving Davies a 9, but he's also improved immensely under Conte, especially in that role he's been given. The left side is centre back. It's definitely his position, and he's been getting forward quite a lot. He managed to get 2 assists, which you wouldn't think before, and I still think it's a no amount of time before he does get a goal. He did have a chance from a Son free kick, but he couldn't turn it in. But overall, he's defended really well. Really effective going forward, always a threat, always looking to overlap. And it's really good to see from Davies, him getting forward, assisting. So hopefully by the end of the season he's got, a few goals, maybe a few more assists, but definitely he's upped his game, and I just hope that we can continue on this level. But yeah, I've been super impressed with Davies lately, and if he can, if he doesn't get overworked, then I'm sure he can keep up this level of performance. Sanchez, I gave Sanchez an 8. He was a bit shaky to begin with, but the amount of headers he was winning when the ball got overplayed, he was winning that first ball. Managed to knock it down for the second and get it to another Spurs player. Obviously got that all-important second goal from a Son corner, which, maybe that's what we'll be seeing a lot more with Sanchez and our centre-backs scoring more goals. But we're actually scoring from corners now, which is because before it was like 60 something corners we had and we hadn't scored from them. But the fact that we've scored from a corner a second game in a row, things are, you know, progressing, things are improving. And especially set pieces, we're scoring from set pieces. And Sanchez did well, you know, like, I think like, because this is Davies' assist, sort of headed it down and Sanchez was able to boot into the goal. A quick reaction, and I'm so happy with Sanchez because obviously he did have that more performance, which, as we all know, cost us massively. But I definitely think that this performance, you know, he definitely, you know, he's up his game. And with Romero out, this is basically his chance to keep, you know, keep the shirt and just prove to Conte that he can, you know, be a regular starter. The aerial duels is winning. Always looking for that forward pass. And he was getting forward quite a lot and he was always a threat. Quickly onto Reguilon, obviously he didn't last too long. He did have, you know, like maybe fatigue. So he only came off like 22 minutes. Not entirely sure how like that is doing, but according to Conte it's not too bad. So hopefully he will be back soon. So obviously Sessegnon came on, and as we all know, Sessegnon, his last performance wasn't his greatest. He ended up getting a red card and whatnot in that Milan game. So this was his chance and he took it. I thought he played really, really well, so I gave him a 7. You know, he was always a threat. Was a threat down that left-hand side, left wing back. You know, there was that one moment where he slipped, which could have potentially cost us, but luckily he was able to recover from that. That was the only like little moment in there that could have, you know, affected his performance in a whole. Surprising to see the way that he sort of just took in his stride, and he just took this another opportunity, and it went much better for him. Obviously, there's still things to improve on. Maybe a bit more quality in the final third, but definitely like defending and getting up the pitch. He definitely did well with that. To Tanganga, obviously he had to play right wing back with Emerson out, and I feel like Conte doesn't really trust Doherty that much, and I can't really blame him. But with Tanganga, I gave him a 6, and I feel like defensively he was okay. It's just going forward he struggled with it, and that's just because he's not a right wing back. And that's just plain and simple. It's not his position. I feel like he struggled a bit. There wasn't really any quality going forward, and he wasn't really a threat going forward either. So I do think he struggled in that position. I definitely see Tango as more of a centre back. So hopefully Tanganga doesn't have to play right wing back anymore. But yeah, he's more of a centre back, and he just struggled, you know, with the role that he was given. So that I do feel like that's why eventually Doherty did come on for him. But yeah, Tanganga a 6. Moving on to my man of the match again, Skip. I gave Skip a 9. Oh, this I was gonna say this man, but it doesn't sound, but this boy didn't sound right either. But I'm running out of words to speak about Skip. He's just improving in every single aspect of his game. And the amount of balls he was winning back, the amount of tackles he made, the amount of that sliding tackle where he managed to get the ball in and he managed to pass it back to a Spurs player, because it was in our final third. So it's important he won that. I think he did that in the first half, then one in the second half. He also had a shot which went wide, but it was a good run from Skip, and I hope to see more of those, and eventually maybe potentially he could score. But, you know, in that middle of the park, he was just, you know, great. And I just struggle to think of words to talk about Skip. But if he's playing like this now, I'm just excited to see how he develops more. And obviously there's more improvement to be had. But I'm going to make a prediction. And he's going to get called up for England. Like the, you know, senior squad. And he's going to be one of the best midfielders in the Premier League in the coming years. That's my prediction. Moving on to Hobby, I also gave Hobby an 8. Another standard, you know, not maybe a bit more quality than standard. But I feel like, you know, with Højbjerg there, Skip was able to get more forward, and Højbjerg, you know, he just does what Højbjerg does, and he just played really, really well. Obviously he did kind of get an injury towards the end of the game. Whether that's serious or not, we still don't know. But I thought he had a really good game. Was defending really well. You know, he was able to allow Skip to creating space for Skip to pass the ball and stuff. Moving on to Lucas, I gave Lucas a 9. Obviously, he scored that amazing goal, like just before the 10th minute, 25 yards out, top bins. Like, we know that Lucas has this in his locker, and he just needs to, you know, do it more. Keep scoring, like, score more goals, get more assists, and also the footwork before the goal was crazy as well, and it has to be contender of, like, goal of the month or whatever, maybe goal of the season, if, you know, or at least our goal of the month or whatever. But yeah, that in alone, you know, he was a constant threat, always dribbling with the ball. Obviously I hope to see him score more goals, because that was his, like, first goal in, like, 22 Premier League games, and we know that he has the quality and the talent to you know, come off with those sort of goals. It's just about consistency, but I was super impressed with Mora. To Son, I gave Son a 9 as well. Obviously he scored and got an assist, and I feel like his performances have gone back to his best. Would like to see him have, you know, maybe a few more shots here and there, but overall, he's just, you know, he's just one of the best players in the world, and I stand by that. But Sonny, you know, just killed the game with that third goal, and I struggle to say things about Son as well, because what can I say that hasn't already been said? Moving on to the last starting 11. Kane, I gave Kane a 7. I feel like he basically did everything apart from scoring, but he's getting closer. He is getting closer to that goal, and it's only a matter of time. That one chance where he could have chipped the goalkeeper, I feel like he could have done a bit better there. He did have a few shots saved as well. So I'm not worried about Kane. I feel like he's getting in these positions. He's getting in, you know, he's putting in good performances, even though he's not scoring. But yeah, I feel like he's still playing well. And I feel like a lot of people just don't think he's not playing well because he's scored. But obviously, it's important that he does eventually score, because we need him firing. If we're like 2 points on top 4 now without Kane scoring goals, just imagine where we could be with him scoring goals. So I do think that once he gets that goal, now people would say, oh, he got the goal against Newcastle, did it change anything? Difference is that was under Nuno, that and potentially getting that goal would be under Conte. So completely different. There's not the same. And I feel like he is getting more service. There's more creativity in the team. Working as a team is more of that. So he's definitely getting more chances, and also another reason why I'm not worried is because he's getting in the position, he's getting in chances, he's getting shots off, and I feel like his confidence increased throughout the game. But it's only a matter of time. Subs, obviously Doherty did come on for Tanganga. I actually gave Doherty a 7. I thought he actually played quite well, which I was kind of surprised about, but I feel like he put in a good performance. He could have got an assist for Kane's shot, which was annoyingly saved by the Norwich goalkeeper. But with Doherty, you know, it was much improved. I don't know where it came from, because every time he's played, it's been terrible, and you have to admit that Norwich are probably better than Muir, so it is kind of, you know, confusing as how he just sort of changed it up a bit. But, you know, he put in a good performance, and if he can keep, you know, improving on these performances and getting better, then maybe he might have a chance to have more game time before the January transfer window. I don't know whether Tottenham are looking to get rid of him. I kind of feel like we should. I feel like we should upgrade, but if he can put in these kind of performances until, you know, January transfer window, then that's fine. If Conte wants to play him, then, you know, it is what it is. And just quickly went to Bergwijn, as he came on for more at some later in the game. I gave him a 6. There's a few glimpses in there, a few nice passes. Wasn't really much. I feel like the game was pretty much won anyway, so it wasn't really much for him to like do. But he just came on, came on and helped sort the game. But yeah. And before I do end this video, I'm just gonna move to Conte 9. Obviously his starting lineup. Other than the fact that Tanganga started, and I feel like that was the only really option we had because of Emerson being out ill. But he got his sub spot on. The tactics were right. A bit slow to start, but I think that coming out in the second half, much improved, and our performances, and in our performances you can just see that there's a plan. You can see what the style is, you can see what we're all trying to do, and we finally have our identity back, and you have no idea how that feels, and it's just great to watch. And I'm enjoying watching Tottenham play again, and we're winning games. There's 3 games we won on the bounce in the Premier League, so let's keep this going. We have Rennes in the Conference League, and then we have Brighton 2 days later. So it's a busy schedule coming up, so it's important that we keep up with our performances and keep improving, and it's only a matter of time. So there you go, guys, those are my Tottenham versus Norwich player ratings. Be sure to let me know if you agree with mine, and if not, let me know your player ratings down below. And yeah, I will see you guys very, very soon with a brand new video. Come on, you Spurs. Bye, guys.